So very nice that you are here. You are actually in New York City and it's the 4th of July. So what can you tell us? What is going on there over there?
No sound.
Dominic, we can't hear you.
Oh, there's an unmute.
Finally, yes.
Alright, great. No, so first of all, sorry that I couldn't make it myself. It's a very exciting event, but I sadly had to fly to New York for some important meetings. But I think that the team did a good job in organizing this, so I think it should be an exciting event to socialize and learn more about IOTA. And so I'm right now in New York, doing some work here, enjoying the fireworks tonight. I think that will be crazy. Probably more crazy than the barbecue there.
Yeah, cool. So I was just asking some people here that they should explain distributed ledger technology. So I told them that we will have the real expert and promise here you are. So please tell us what kind of problem does distributed ledger here, especially IOTA, solve?
Alright, so if we think about distributed ledgers, why were they created? So fundamentally they were created to solve this trust problem. Because we have a trust problem in the way that we build up our systems, the way that we trust companies and single entities. Because what we've seen over the last few years is that this trust is being abused, meaning that companies get hacked, that they utilize our data without our consent, and that our bank accounts get blocked and our money gets locked up. And so now what the distributed ledger does, it really distributes this trust. You no longer trust a single party, but you have an entire network that makes sure that all the checks and balances are ensured, right? And so you have an entire network of machines, of participants that are constantly securing transactions and are constantly verifying the truth. And IOTA is really this trust layer for machines, right? So how can I really trust the data that I get from a machine? How can I make it possible for a machine to have a wallet? And so we always see IOTA as this next evolution in IoT. IoT is all about automating machines, connecting them, sharing data, and through that you can automate the process. But if you automate the process on faulty data, you really run at risk of hackers intruding the system, of faulty data leading to faulty results. And this is really where IOTA comes into place as being this trust layer. So one machine can transfer data to another machine, and the other machine is actually able to verify the authenticity and the integrity of this data. And it's really a huge part of the future, being able to verify. And I think the other exciting part of this is really the economic part, because it's no longer just about automation, but it's about making machines autonomous, right? So now one machine can have a wallet and they can make decisions on their own on whether they want to buy or sell data, whether they want to buy computation, sell electricity, and so on and so forth. So it really gives freedom to machines to decide what to do. And it makes it possible for them to really create their own economy, to share and exchange resources. And that is really the next evolution of automation.
Right. So does anyone have a question according to that? Right now? Now you have the chance to ask Dominic a question. Not? Yeah, here we are.
Hi Dominic, thanks for sharing what IOTA is all about. What I was wondering is what timeline do you think is reasonable for this to hit mass market?
Yeah, so this is a good question. So BLT has been around for about 10 years now. And I always say that everything is still a proof of concept. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, IOTA, everything is still a proof of concept, because even though we have these high valuations, none of them have really fundamentally solved problems that everybody of us feels. Reaching the mass market really means that we ourselves can feel the benefits of these technologies. And today we don't do that yet. But I think, especially projects like the IOTA Foundation are really focused on crossing this chasm, making sure that the technology itself works and is secure and is scalable. And second to that, that there's really use cases that are building on top of IOTA that are solving problems. And I think this year and next year in particular will be exciting because we are moving away from just doing boring proof of concepts that are nice to showcase, but they're not really market ready, towards test beds. And I think test beds are really where we will first see this next iteration of adoption, where it's really stress testing the technology, but also the business case on top of that. And to give you a concrete number, I definitely think that over the next 2 to 3 years, we'll see some of the first applications that will have a broader adoption. I think already this is the next year we'll see the first products being built, but those are really just the first step. And I think when it comes to mass market, that will take more time. But I think it's important to also take that time. Because most of the time, nobody in this entire blockchain space knows what they're doing. Because we're sort of building the plane while we're trying to fly it. There's all of these different directions that we need to go, these different decisions that you make. But the most important thing is simply that the distributed ledgers are being realized and the full potential is being realized.
Yeah, we are the IOTA Foundation, but we also have a huge community. And Dominic, how important is the IOTA ecosystem for IOTA?
Yeah, I think that's probably the most important part, because we are nothing without the community and without the ecosystem. Fundamentally, what the IOTA Foundation is there for is to only foster and create this ecosystem, and then basically have a self-sufficient ecosystem around the technology that is really building and is really innovating. And the main reason why distributed ledgers are so exciting is really for this permissionless innovation. Basically erasing barriers so that anybody can utilize these new technologies and can innovate with them. Because that is really what is going to make our world a lot more equal and give more opportunities to people all around the globe. And that is why it's very important that it's not just us being a German foundation, but it's really us being a global community. So that people all around the globe can work with each other, they can share their learnings, they can teach themselves, and teach others, and most importantly, they can really innovate and make sure that there's applications being built on top. And I think that's the exciting part about IOTA, because we have a very big community that is very enthusiastic about this future. And this future is not just about having a cryptocurrency, but it's really also about having an ecosystem that is being widely adopted and is really bringing those benefits to society as a whole.
Yes, when you mentioned bring something positive to the society, IOTA has also a social impact department. So could you tell us a little bit more about the work of this department?
Yeah, of course. So the main reason why we obviously did a non-profit foundation in Germany is because there's a really big social side to distributed ledgers. So it's not just about solving business problems and creating revenue sources for companies and startups, but it's also about helping to solve fundamental societal problems. And that is always a big focus of the IOTA Foundation. And this starts with climate change, where we really see a lot of potential for our technology to help improve monitoring and to help improve accountability, to make sure that we act according to what was agreed in the Paris Climate Act and really make sure that we reach these goals of sustainability as a whole, because I think everybody here agrees that we have a pressing deadline ahead of us when it comes to climate change. So there's a lot that we can do as a whole, as a community, as an ecosystem to really combat these challenges together. But another big focus of ours is really also on digital identities, making sure that people have their own self-sovereign identities and they can decide what happens with their data. And that is why we really, thanks to distributed ledgers, we really see this radical shift in ownership. Not just a single company deciding what happens with your data, but you yourself can really make these decisions if you want to buy or sell your data, if you want to keep it, if you want to stay anonymous, if you want to not share with anybody, right? And I think that is really empowering in that regard. You help people all around the globe, and that is really what's also going to give new financial inclusion to people.
Cool. So Dominic, thank you for that, but last question. Could you give us a kind of outlook? What is the future vision for IOTA?
Yeah, so I think I already sort of alluded to that. So obviously the main goal is that the technology works and is standardized and is being adopted. But apart from that, it's really about creating a permissionless ecosystem that empowers individuals. And I think that's really one of the most important goals that we have as a foundation, that we create new economic opportunities for people all around the globe and empower them to pursue these new opportunities, no matter where you are, no matter who you are. You can really participate and you can innovate and you can contribute towards this future. And with our goal of automation and making machines more autonomous, obviously we as a society obviously have to worry less about certain aspects in our lives, and our lives will also become much more easier because there's machines around us are really automating these processes. So that really enables people to also focus on what matters to them. They can really focus more on their self-education, self-learning, and self-growth. And that is really the exciting part about IOTA. So it's not just about connecting machines and making them smarter, but it's also about empowering people through our work. And it's really what we are out for.
That's great. Thank you very much, Domi. So, do you have one more question for Domi before it's leaving? Okay.
By the way, just so you all know, this is kind of weird. There's like a lot of people there, and you only see a blue screen, and there's nothing there.
But you hear the people, right?
My name is Blake. I'm from the United States, and as someone who's looking to build a startup, how do we future-proof it to integrate it for the IOTA ecosystem?
Yeah, I think the important message to all the startups out there is your product is not IOTA, your product is not blockchain. Your product is really a solution that utilizes IOTA or distributed ledger to solve the problem. And I think that's really important to keep in mind, because that is not the unique selling point that you're building on top of IOTA. The unique selling point is really to solve a problem. And the good thing is that we have a very in community, so there's a lot of people that can help you if you need technical assistance or if you want to find co-founders. I think that is really what we are going to really improve over the next few weeks and months, is sort of matchmaking within our ecosystem, so that a startup like yours can be part of the ecosystem, and we can connect you with the corporates, we can connect you with governments and with individuals that can also help you push your project forward and make sure that it's succeeding.
Okay, one more question.
My name is Arjen Mensenga. 2 years ago we started My SoundSafe, which works on IOTA, and we actually have 2 years after a working prototype that actually runs on IOTA. Now, if we want to take it one step further, would you be able to help me?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I mentioned before, we are, as the IOTA Foundation is really there to help the ecosystem, so we are absolutely there to help you connect you with potential investors or big corporate companies and other startups that might help you. We also have an ecosystem development fund, which is really purely focused on fostering the ecosystem. So we give out grants to companies, no strings attached. And that might be an opportunity for you to also get some early stage funding, so you can build out the product, and from there and then maybe try to raise funding.
Next. One more question here.
Hello, Dominic. I'm Hannes from Vienna. And yeah, it's our all vision to make the world a better place. And you, especially in your age, did a great job the last years. So congratulations for that.
Thanks.
I'd like to invite you to Vienna. We do a startup wine tasting. It's a deep tech conference.
Wait, startup wine tasting?
It's called startup wine tasting because we gather the Central and Eastern Europe ecosystem for deep tech in the vineyards of Vienna, in the oldest winery and their cellars. So it's a 2 days conference. It's in September, the 19th and the 20th, and I'd like to invite you and also Jana, because I talked to her already, as a table expert.
Yeah. I'm always open for a good wine.
That sounds great. Let's change the word together.
But it's just about the day, so we have to change that.
So the domain
all the time.
is www.space.wine. And the name is Space One. Thank you.
Thank you. That sounds amazing, really. Cool. So, one more question. So,
So my name is Raphael, I'm from Germany, and I roughly remember the big hype about the Tango technology about like a year ago. Could you maybe just quickly elaborate how far you've been working on this, or if you're
I didn't hear the full question. Again, can you maybe repeat it?
the question is about the Tango technology and the progress in that. What is the actual status quo?
Yeah, of course. So when we started IOTA, we realized we need to come up with a new architecture to make sure that we actually create something that is enterprise ready and really scalable. And so that is why we came up with the Tango, so which no longer utilizes this fundamental blockchain architecture, but it utilizes a DAG, so the rapid acyclic graph. And we were the first ones to introduce that, and we've been really developing and refining the vision and really the core concepts behind this over the last few years. And just like 2 weeks ago, we had a very exciting announcement about the future of IOTA, which is basically headline core design. So that really move forward towards a new upgrade to the core protocol itself. It's much more scalable and much faster. And this is right now in, we just released those white papers, and it's right now in research. So we're still researching together with university partners and also with the community. And the next stage is that we are going to release a sort of alpha network, which will hopefully be within a few weeks, so that people from the community can also participate in this alpha network. But the bigger goal for us is to really build this out over the next few months and release it on as a new version of IOTA hopefully next year. So this is the big goal right now. And other than that, we're obviously very much focused on making the network, as it stands today, more scalable and more reliable. So there's some great effort being done there.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dominique, for your time. Oh, I see one more question. We allow this last question.
Hi, my name is Vadim, and my question is, 10, 20 years down the line, how do you see the whole crypto blockchain field? So what do you expect?
I think the most important part is that we bring the currency part back into cryptocurrency. Because today it's purely speculation, so it's like speculative assets, and they're not really being utilized as a currency. And I think in 20 years, especially with a project like ours, we really want to be a machine currency. And that is the problem that we solve, right? How do we make this value transfer between machines? And there's some big steps forward that need to happen for that to really be realized. So that's, for example, why I'm in New York, because this financial infrastructure around cryptocurrency is hugely important. So you have traditional funds, asset managers, but also you have this infrastructure so you can easily trade fiat currency to cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrencies are not going to replace fiat, but like we create a new economy on its own. So I think a good example, good comparison is always the banks and the financial institutions for this crypto world will be the gateways of the future. So think about it like the ISPs, so the internet service providers. So the telcos largely, they're the gateways for the internet. So through that we can really access this whole economy, which is the internet mostly. And the same will happen with cryptocurrencies, where we have those financial institutions being the gateways to the new economy. And I think largely, everybody understands that permissionless ledgers and permissionless cryptocurrencies are the only way to move forward, because they really erase the barriers and the restrictions and also the limitations on what can be done. And also distribute the ownership and distribute the power in that regard. And so that is why, from my point of view, there will only be a handful of cryptocurrencies that will ultimately survive, simply because they're the only ones that are being utilized and have adoption. And on top of that, there will always be this connection to permissioned ledgers as well. So yeah, so you will see more interoperability happening between them.
Okay, thank you, Dominic. So yeah, enjoy New York. Say goodbye to Dominic. Bye.
But to be honest, guys, today, like I told you, this was in the past. Nowadays, we focus on the real business outcome of the cases. So what does it mean? Working problem-oriented. Right? So which problem are you solving? We've seen some examples from them as well, in terms of the things for the good, for the social impact side, but we also see this from this economic reward. And I've brought you a couple of examples today. So currently the team is highly focused around. It's so good to have everyone from the ecosystem here today, so welcome. So currently we are focusing around create data marketplaces models where we aim to, for example, onboard the entire target industry around the globe in terms of infrastructure asset management. Here we are talking about the 2-digit billions in terms of business outcome. We've recently showcased that together with Orange, Infosys, Nokia, our 3-coder. So you see it's also a case for interoperability. Then we are aiming to enable smart cities and so-called IOTA villages around the globe. Here we are proactively engaged in Austin and Trondheim, recently in Hattersheim. I'm sure we've heard about Hattersheim, but quite famous case in Frankfurt. And unlocking all of those different cases into one platform. For what's the benefit out of it? The benefit out of it, quite clear, is you don't have to replicate the same learnings over and over again. So instead of participate from the ecosystem, learn from the recently developed cases and realize your own solutions. For what purpose? To measure your outcome and get the most out of it. Huh? That's what we're here for today. Besides that, we have a couple of other cases in the room, but I want to open up the discussion shortly. So are there any specific cases you're interested in, or any recent big questions where you're thinking, okay, what the hell, how can I measure this outcome? Anyone? Okay, who's interested in drinks? Raise your hand. So, I was recently asked if we could track the entire wine production on a chain, which is also possible, which was interesting. But besides that, I think what's important in terms of how IOTA developed over the last years is that from pure technical testing environments, we moved to the real solutions. And we are building this together with our ecosystem, because we as the infrastructure provider, we are just focused around providing the core infrastructure in addition to services. But in the ecosystem, we have the application service layers on top that are building those applications that really address the money question and are really solving these real problems that our corporate and startup partners are talking to us about. Last but not least, I'm going to jump over a couple of slides to not bore you. I think we've already had a lot, but what's really in my heart, what's important today is really enjoy this ecosystem around here and really benefit from the knowledge sharing and the exchange of different opinions, that you hear different learnings, participate, talk to each other, interact with the people around you instead of getting bored. Just reach out to them and hear what they have successfully built on. Then get inspired by international use cases. So as we heard, we have guys from America, we have guys from Europe here, we have guys from all over the world here today, and all of these folks have made the same experience or experience that you are going to make over the next couple of months while you're developing stuff on IOTA. So enjoy the chance to talk to them. Then, last but not least, explore how DLT, distributed ledger technology, IOTA, can impact your business model. Because if you're talking about a concrete case and if you want to demonstrate, okay, this has a future. I've heard the question, okay, where is IOTA in 15, 20 years? It's exactly there where you're going to enable and support the real business model impact cases. So it's interesting to see where is the value proposition that IOTA can provide, where no other technology fits that cups. Therefore, shorter than expected, but I would say let's move on to the other speech and enjoy your night, take the chance to network, take the chance to get to know each other, and have a good drink.
What I'm going to do is I will give you a very short recap, like what happened over the last 6 months, and then show an outlook, what will happen over the next 6 months. So, what we are doing is we are also creating awareness of IOTA, so we are going to various conferences, we are talking about how we can solve problems, how we can work in this digital trust layer into the whole technology stack. So this is just like a very short excerpt. And then we are also in partnerships responsible to create different building blocks for the corporates, and it makes it easier for them to really integrate IOTA, that they don't need to start on a green field, everything completely fresh, and that they have essentially like a structured approach about integration and taking the next steps. So I'm going to give some short snapshots here. One thing that we have done is that we launched the IOTA Academy earlier this year. It was quite exciting. So it's a structured learning course. Together with the IOTA Academy, we also launched our certification platform. We have also now an API together with it, and because IOTA doesn't have any transactions, you can just contact us. We are going to publish more about this. You can utilize the API, and then you can publish your own certificates, as you can see it here, directly on the Tangle, and can have them immediately stored. We've been shortly creating a number of Tangle utilities, so this is for the developers very interesting. These come together also in a private Tangle. We're going to have a one-click deployment, which was built by Dave, and we're going to integrate these Tangle tools that immediately when you deploy a development environment, that you get a Tangle Explorer with it, you can send transactions, you have a trial converter, you can create QR codes to make it easier in the end. And we also create a software load balancer just to make sure also when you issue a lot of transactions between different nodes. We have been creating a number of blueprints, so this is just an overview. I'm going to show them to you in a second. And we also have, so for all what you're seeing here, you don't need to remember everything, but I've printed out like a couple of QR codes. We're going to distribute them, and then you can just scan them with your iPhone. I don't know how if a person can do it as well. And just point your camera on the QR code, and then your iPhone will propose to open the URL, and it takes you directly to the corresponding use case. So one thing is we built a complete track and trace demo for supply chains with different roles completely in IOTA. You can see it's also always available on mobile. We've integrated IOTA together with IPFS, so the interplanetary file system, so they can actually upload and store large files on the Tangle or on IPFS and then validate them through the Tangle. We have a document authenticity platform now, so you can upload a document. It's hashed locally, and then later you can prove that your document wasn't changed in any way. So this one is new. This will come out in a couple of weeks, and I'm quite excited about it. So this is a full energy peer-to-peer trading application where you can actually create your own power grid. You can create producers, you can create consumers, and you can have microtransactions for selling electricity between those participants of the network. And so everything is modular, even the grid structure is completely modular, so you can change your own algorithm into it. So we are quite excited to deploy this into the first test. Yeah, then earlier this year we were at the Hannover Messe, where we saw like 4 cases with IOTA. This was really, really amazing. Actually, there were 5. There was one company who was there who didn't even know about that it did something with IOTA. And one of those cases was together with E-Class and Neoception. So to buy single data sets from the tangle or from a machine, so buy sensor data. And through IOTA's microtransaction, it's possible to do this without any fees. So you can pay for single data sets and you can monetize really single data sets, and it takes care that these microtransactions are going, of course, from A to B, but also that only the person who purchased this data set really has access to it. Yeah, earlier we also launched docs.iota.org. It's a completely new documentation system for IOTA. It's also based on a public GitHub repository for the whole content. So this means that if any one of you has submitted it, or have code, or some example which wants to contribute, you can just add it to the repository, and in the next build, your contribution will also appear here. We've created the IOTA area codes that you can specify certain geographic regions, smaller or larger, depends on whatever you choose. We've been with the TM forums, it was quite exciting. TM forums, a very well-known organization. Jana mentioned it already before. When we are building a marketplace for communication service providers, that they can offer parts of the infrastructure, for example, for roaming. You've probably seen the Jaguar Land Rover case, where JR has integrated IOTA into their wallet system. So Anne is going to talk a bit more about that. We've partnered with Everything, which is a logistics and supply chain tracking company, and they are storing the data on the IOTA tangle, so to make sure that whenever you buy a product, and this was quite exciting because the first one's Helix, which was made by the designer of Lady Gaga. That when you buy a shirt from Alex or like leggings or whatever, essentially you can scan it and you can authenticate that whatever you bought is really made by Alex. And the last one, which came out I think like 3 or 4 weeks ago, was about tracking food allergens. So there will be an app, and you can essentially take this app, you can go to the supermarket, and when you have a peanut allergy, you can scan a product, and the app will tell you that this product was maybe made next to another product which contains peanuts. So, the question is now, what's in for H2? You've probably seen this one. So, ST Microelectronics has integrated IOTA into the middleware of the nuclear boards. This one's quite exciting. And we're going to release more information about this in a couple of weeks. But this enables essentially rapid IoT prototyping, so just to emphasize on this, you can utilize IOTA directly with native API calls from the board from your application. We're working with the World Economic Forum to build a blockchain kit for the industry for supply chain. We're going to create a lot more best practices. We're going to create more of these blueprints which we have seen. More applications directly on the tangle, so to really show how IOTA can be used in an enterprise context. We are going to onboard consultancies and IT system integrators in order to scale up, and we work with big corporates, because we as a foundation, we want to really focus on core tech. We don't want to hire like 300 developers, we don't want to become a big software factory, or like a big consultancy. So we're actively briefing and training consultancies and integrators. We're working on grant applications. At the moment we have almost 3 million of grant applications in the pipeline for decisions. Jana already mentioned the testbed deployments. So especially with projects like City Exchange, which you have probably seen before. So it's a project by Horizon 2020, which is by the European Union, promoted and funded with like 20 million euros in total. And it's about creating a smart city with all the different aspects. Team Forum is going to go into a second phase, and we're also going to work closely with the city of Austin. And this one might be quite exciting. So we have built the first prototype of an IOTA high-ledger fabric bridge. And the big one is that we're going to dive in H2 into decentralized ID. So decentralized ID is essentially keeping all these different industry verticals together. And this one is really quite important to act as a base layer for the other industries. And we're going to launch this also in the next couple of weeks. If this is something what you are interested in, then feel free to approach me and talk to me. We would be excited to bring you on in as well. Last slide. So what we're doing is quite disruptive, and this is in general like a call to action. If you want to participate in the ecosystem, we have IOTA Foundation members here. Approach them, talk to us, discuss with what you have seen. Be brave. Innovation is something for cowards. No one of us knows everything at all. It might sound like a big mountain or look like a big mountain which you can never climb, but everybody together, we can do the steps, we can collaborate, we have a great ecosystem, and then we can progress and get shit done. Thanks.
So the idea is digital letters can be used in all aspects of mobility and also in vehicles themselves. So some of these mobility use cases that we're involved in, you can see this here. We've got some stuff going on in smart charging, over-the-air updates where the software on the vehicles themselves is updated via IOTA, and then you have the permanent register or ledger that has been updated and is stored permanently. This is really, really useful in terms of fleets, things like that. Also access management, car sharing, as I mentioned, cars as autonomous agents, that's what we're going to get into. Usage-based insurance is a really interesting concept. We've got someone who is doing this utilizing IOTA and their Tesla. And they do usage-based insurance live with the Tesla going down the road utilizing IOTA. And then cars, this is sort of a simple case, paying for parking themselves with an IOTA wallet. So these are some of the areas that we're working in. As we've been talking about, what's really important to us is co-creation and working together and enabling this ecosystem where we can do that. So these are some of the areas where this has happened and is ongoing, and we hope you join us in this as well. But what I'm really here for is to talk about the Jaguar Land Rover partnership that was just announced at the end of April, and the URL is down there. And so the groups that were involved was Jaguar Land Rover. They've got this really cool development center in Shannon, Ireland that was opened up a couple years ago. And we were introduced to them, and they said, hey, yeah, let's do a project together. So it was their connected car development team in Ireland, and then the IOTA Foundation. We have our analysts here working on it, helping them, developers, product management, our PR agencies. So it was really a group project where we all got involved on both sides. And the main goal was they wanted to implement an IOTA wallet in the car itself. And they wanted to use this for micropayments, for example, parking or tolls, and also for the car to receive payment itself. And we'll go into that a little bit later. And one of our goals, of course, was to expand our collaboration with some leading OEMs, and Jaguar Land Rover is definitely one of those. I actually just noticed there's a Range Rover over there charging, and I just saw that and I'm like, wow, maybe in the future, IOTA's going to be on those cars. And it's just super, super exciting. So when it happened, the first kickoff meeting happened March 23rd last year. And we actually were able to do the press release in April 29th of this year. And that's something to keep in mind when you're working, especially with big companies. These products don't happen overnight. These partnerships and what's developed, it takes a while. And we have to be quiet about it. OEMs don't like to have this type of stuff announced, so even if you don't hear information coming out, that doesn't mean that nothing is happening. And we had lots of engineering workshops. We had a Slack channel for sharing information with their developers and our developers. So this is generally how we work together. We're very, very interactive, we're very open, and that was really a positive experience for this, and we intend to continue with our projects in this manner. So what was the outcome? Well, we got the wallet in the car. There is an IOTA wallet running on Jaguar Land Rover I-Paces today. And you can, and the driver of the car can actually earn cryptocurrency on this wallet. I'll show you a video in a second that it basically explains a bit better what's happening there. But this whole thing was part of Jaguar Land Rover's Destination Zero Vision, which you can see up here. Their Destination Zero Vision is 0 accidents, 0 congestion, and 0 emissions. And the goal of this is really to, well, make the world a better place. I mean, we're going to have less congestion, we're going to have less emissions, and they want to be able to use the data that's gathered in this, of course with permission of the drivers, to make this even better. And you can imagine this data being, say you run into a traffic jam, and this data, you could sell it if you wanted to as the driver to Google. And then the Google can then automatically update their car routing systems and their GPS systems to avoid this traffic jam. And everyone who's connected can participate in this. So that really does help. You know, I hate traffic jams, they suck. So it does help with traffic jams, but it does also help with congestion and emissions. If you're not sitting in a traffic jam for an hour, but you're actually driving, that's going to reduce the emissions. So it's part of this grand vision, and it's being tested right now in Shannon. And so finally, the last thing I want to show you is, hopefully the audio on this will work. Okay. That's everything for me. We want to make sure everybody's time for the barbecue to eat. So if you have questions, please come find me afterwards. I'd love to talk about this more, and I really look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
I'm just really briefly going to talk about how to use Trinity to make your Lego truck live. So we can already see the 2 Lego trucks, very colorful over there. The title is a bit mysterious, probably for most. So first of all, what is actually Trinity? Trinity is basically the go-to app for storage, managing, and sending and receiving IOTA tokens. So, yeah. And it's the best app for this, basically because of 2 reasons. It focuses, on the one hand, on the user experience and ease of use, and on the other hand, it focuses on security. So about the whole user experiences, I can't do that for you. I think you should just download the app and experience the user experience yourself. As to the security, is that all right? The security, there's for example compatibility with Ledger Nano S, which is considered as a very secure way to store your tokens. There's also there's been multiple independent security reviews of this app. So, for example, Trinity removes sensitive data from memory once it's not used anymore. So this is Trinity. And now what about the Lego truck? You can see them over there, of course. So last summer, So last summer I built a Lego model truck that basically drives on IOTA. So you can send IOTA to that address of the truck and it will drive for 1 second per IOTA that you send to it. I did this out of fun, but also because DRT is just way too complicated, especially for people that don't have a computer science degree, and even for those who have a computer science degree, it's sometimes hopelessly complicated. So today we have 2 of those trucks set up there. You can just download the Trinity app, you can pay those trucks, and they will drive. But don't panic, you don't have to buy IOTAs now. We'll hand out QR codes, basically pre-charged, preloaded with 1,000 IOTA testnet tokens. And yeah, so coming back to the first question, how do you do it? Well, first you need to install the app. Then you need to use that QR code that we give you to generate to set up the account. You automatically have those testnet tokens on your app then. We'll need to modify a bit the settings so you're connected to the testnet and not the mainnet. And then there's another QR code attached to those trucks. You just scan this QR code with the Trinity app. It's really easy. And basically the address of the truck pops up in the input field, and you just hit the send button and you wait for the truck to arrive. Trinity is available at trinity.iota.org. It's in various app stores, so the Apple App Store for iOS, the Google Play Store for Android. It's also available on desktop for Windows 10, Windows 7, macOS and Linux. So yeah, enjoy.
Even more.